I just so happened to turn around and look back, y'all, out of this window, and I noticed that our greenhouse was leaning like it wanted to, fly away.
Cruising down the highway, windows rolled down. Good mommy and good baby, we wearing the crown. We're living the good life under open skies. Together we shine. Just look in our eyes. Every day's a blessing. Every moment's bright. In our RV home, everything feels right. Campfires at night with stories to tell. Explore the unknown. Oh, we do it so well. From mountains to valleys, the road is our friend. With laughter and love, this journey won't end. Make memories to last, that's our vow. Good mommy and good baby, living it now. We're living the good life under open skies. Together we shine. Just look in our eyes. Every day's a lesson. Every moment's bright. In our RV home, everything feels right. So here's to the travel, the joys we'll find. The good life's a journey, and we're intertwined. Rolling down the highway, windows down wide, living life together, it's a beautiful ride. Good mommy and good baby, a love so strong, adventure in our hearts where we all belong. Come and join us, feel the vibe, together in this journey we thrive. Welcome to the good life, hear the stories unfold. With good mommy and good baby, treasures to behold. Laughing through the moments, loving every side. Together hand in hand, living life just right. Cooking up some magic in a tiny space. Every meal's a blessing, every smile's a grace. Shopping at the markets, finding treasures each day with laughter as our soundtrack. Come join the play, sharing our joy, let it flow. In the good life, we'll help you grow. Welcome to the good life, hear the stories unfold. With good mommy and good baby, treasures.
Happy Friday, good family. Y'all, we are out and about today. We had a day on yesterday. It was so windy, y'all. So we are excited to share with you all the adventure that we had, okay?
Yeah.
We'll see you all in a little bit. So y'all, after what we experienced yesterday, we had to go out and run some errands and pick up a few things. We picked up 4 ground steaks. So these are the ground steaks that we picked up here. Y'all see they're a beautiful orange color. I really like this color, y'all. And we also picked up some nylon cord because what we have right now is like a twine type material and it's very thin. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by thin in just a few moments, but prayerfully this will definitely help secure our greenhouse. Speaking about greenhouse, let's go ahead and talk about what happened yesterday. We were home enjoying ourselves, having a great day. We did notice that it got very windy outside, but we kept looking outside and we were just thrilled that our greenhouse was holding its ground. You know what I mean? It was moving just slightly. Anything would move in the windy type weather that we were experiencing yesterday. So it was moving just a little bit, but it wasn't moving enough to make us think that it was going to blow away. So after eating breakfast, Good Baby said that she was going to go and lay down, and I just said I would sit here and just watch a little TV and, you know, have some alone time, you know, just enjoy the rest of the day. So after that, I just so happened to turn around and look back, y'all, out of this window, and I noticed that our greenhouse was leaning. It started like tilting, like it wanted to, you know, fly away. So I looked at Good Baby and I asked her, Good Baby, would you please get up so that you can come outside and help me? It looks like our greenhouse is about to fly away. So when Good Baby came out, she put one of the stakes in the ground and it secured it where both of us were able to go into the greenhouse without it flying away.
And as soon as we went in the greenhouse, we saw that along with the actual greenhouse itself, the cart that we put some of our new plants on had shifted as well. And a couple of the plants had tilted over. Thank you, Lord, that none of them were damaged, like beyond repair. But there was definitely some dirt that had fallen out of the pots. But overall, we were just relieved that they were all in decent condition and that the winds had not damaged them further.
Yes, all 4 of the plants that we had purchased from Home Depot were still on the cart. Our guava plant and our rose plant had turned over, y'all. So we were both like, okay, we got to get these plants out of this greenhouse. Immediately. So at that point, we began taking our plants into our shed so that, you know, we could make sure that our plants were okay, which they are. And y'all, we were so glad that God had things happen the way they did, because we believe that our plants may have frozen that night had we not taken those into our shed. So we're so thankful. Maybe at the moment we were like, oh man, but now we are so thankful that we were able to take our plants in the shed. I believe, Good Baby, that things happen for a reason.
Definitely.
Because had that not happened, had we not taken our plants into the shed, our plants could have frozen that night, you all. So we are so grateful to God that we were able to take our plants into the shed, come back out, and start securing our greenhouse. Now, I really wanted to just go ahead and put the greenhouse up at that time, because I'm like, you know what? I don't have time to keep coming out to this greenhouse all night to make sure that it's not blowing away.
Yeah, I definitely understood Good Mommy's point, because the greenhouse was not withstanding the wind, and obviously the supplies that came with the kit, including the twine and the stakes, were not strong enough to withstand it. So I definitely understood her point, but you know, I recall asking her as well, like if we could possibly put it in the shed, because we had put so much work into putting up this greenhouse. I think it took us probably like an hour and a half to set up this greenhouse. We had so much fun doing it together, and we had just done it the day before.
Yes.
So even though I definitely agree with her that I didn't want it outside in the wind because they were just not favorable conditions with the supplies that we had, I didn't want to have to take it down and remove all our hard work.
And I agreed with Good Baby. The only thing was the greenhouse was a little taller than our shed, so it was not going to fit. After that, y'all, we saw an angel come around the corner.
Yes, good family. One of our neighbors in our RV resort came over very nicely, and he informed us right away that he had seen our greenhouse about to fly away outside of his window.
That goes to show you that people watch you.
Yes.
You know how Good Baby like to say that I'm nosy and I like to look out of the window? Apparently, I am not the only
Definitely
one.
not.
This person had to have been looking out of their window. But honey, we are so grateful.
So grateful.
That he was, okay?
Yes. And he immediately came over. He said, I had been watching you all's greenhouse, and I saw that it was about to blow away. And so basically he was just asking us what was going on.
Yes.
And Goodmommy was just kind of telling him how we thought the best thing to do at that point was just to put it away, because clearly it was not doing a good job with withstanding the wind.
Yes, I was telling him that I did not want that greenhouse out there because I didn't want to keep going outside all throughout the evening and the night to make sure that that greenhouse was in place. I mean, I can see me and Goodbaby now walking down the street to get a greenhouse. Not late at night. It's time to go to bed at that time, right? But y'all, our neighbor was like, no, he did not want us to take our greenhouse down. As a matter of fact, he said that he had some stakes that he could put down for us so that we wouldn't have to take the greenhouse up. But y'all, I was like, I don't know, because at that time the wind had picked up and had gotten even stronger, and it was doing its own thing. I just wanted to take the greenhouse down and put it back up the next day. But our neighbor was saying no. I believe maybe he had watched us the day before, and he saw all the work that we had put into this greenhouse, you know, putting it up and everything. And I think he was like, y'all did too much to take it down, which I felt that way. But in the moment, I was like, honey, we can put it up again, okay?
Yeah.
It was as if God was speaking through him to tell Goodbaby and I not to take the greenhouse down. He even told us how we could turn the greenhouse in a different direction so that the wind would not overtake it. So after he said that, Goodbaby and I kind of looked at each other like, that makes sense. But before we tell you what happened next,
let's introduce the sponsor of today's video.
We're so excited to show you all this Gulu GT160 dual portable tire inflator and air compressor, which runs off of a 10,000 amp hour rechargeable battery.
it comes with a thorough instruction manual and of course your 2-in-1 tire inflator and air compressor with a modern LED dual cylinder design.
A side compartment features a few extras, including this portable drawstring tote bag, 5 adapters and nozzles, an air hose, and a USB cord.
To inflate your tire, attach your air plug to the tire inflator, unscrew the tire's valve cap, turn on your tire inflator, set it to your tire's PSI, connect the air plug to the tire valve, and press the start button.
Overall, this tiny but mighty machine was super easy to use, and our tire was fully inflated in just over 3 minutes. That's pretty impressive. And if you need a pick-me-up in a low-lit area, the inflator's bright light with several modes is sure to come in handy. Not to mention, you can use it on the tires of cars, motorcycles, bicycles, and sports balls with up to 160 psi. It even has a unique feature of a custom mode.
If you would like more info on this tire inflator,
Please click the link in our description box. And thank you so much to Gulu for sponsoring today's video.
So after Goodmommy and I agreed that we would let him very kindly put his stakes down to help keep our greenhouse up, he went somewhere behind his house. It could have been inside his house, it could have been in his shed, and in the meantime Goodmommy and I were assigned with the task of making sure that the greenhouse stayed at our campsite, and that was a lot easier said than done, because those winds, I mean, it has definitely, like we said in the beginning, been windy this season, but I don't know if we've ever been outside in the wind that strong in a long time. That was something else, and I thank God that he just had us go out there at that time, and that he had both of us there, because it really required both of our strength. So to say the least, as he was going to get the stakes, it was a definite task to try to keep our greenhouse down.
It was, y'all. As a matter of fact, when our neighbor came out, he said, I was watching y'all. I didn't know if the greenhouse was going to go to the east or to the west or where it was going to go. And I told him I didn't know either, because that greenhouse was going everywhere and it was doing its own thing, okay?
Yeah, and you both said it was going somewhere.
Yeah, we both said it was going somewhere because it was not trying to stay here. Our neighbor came back and he started to help Goodbaby and I push the greenhouse covering back over the frame so that he could begin the process of staking our greenhouse back to the ground.
And as our neighbor began staking each corner of our greenhouse to the ground, we had to hold the opposite corner to prevent it from flying away, because at that point we had to remove the stakes that came with the greenhouse so that way he could put down the new stakes. And a lot of the old stakes had like flown out of the ground anyway. The wind was just that strong. So at that point, it was up to me and Goodmommy to make sure that we could keep it stable while he helped secure it to the ground.
Y'all, when he came back, he had these long stakes, y'all.
Real long.
It made me think about the nails, that they put into Jesus. As soon as I looked at them, I was like, okay. I mean, they were so thick, long, and the bottom of the stakes, y'all, were so sharp. I was like, okay, this should do it right here. The only thing that I was thinking about was the twine, because that twine was still thin. But our neighbor told us, I'm going to put these in, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah.
But it was just the thought of him taking his time to come over and help us. I told Goodbaby, God always sends someone to help us. In any difficult situation that we have encountered, God has always sent someone to help us. And we're truly thankful for that.
Yes, we truly believe that God has angels here on earth, and we thank him so much that he always seems to send them to us. And we are so grateful that our neighbor had the idea of turning our greenhouse so that it could better withstand the wind, because that helped a lot when it came to him securing the stakes to the ground.
Yes, you all. He took his time and he secured our greenhouse. And when Goodbaby and I came back in, of course, we kept watching our greenhouse because, we just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. And as well, we wanted to make sure, it was not flying away, going to the end of the road, because that could have been a hazard had our greenhouse flew up somewhere, and went, to the east or to the west or, to the north or south, or hit someone's automobile. Then that could have been, money's coming out of our pocket. So we kept watching our greenhouse to make sure that it was okay. And it was, thank you, Lord. We didn't have any more issues that night. As a matter of fact, it was as if the winds had died down. Like Jesus said, peace be still.
Yes.
When he was on the boat with Peter and his disciples, and, they were like not understanding what was going on. God, we just thank you so much.
Yes, good family. As Goodmommy said, it was definitely as if Jesus himself said, peace be still, because after a few hours, the winds died down and our greenhouse was still standing tall all throughout the night.
Yes, and as I thought about it later on last night, after I could no longer look out of the window, I thought about how sometimes God tests us.
Yes.
He just wants to see if we are going to withstand the test. And I believe that gush of wind was a test to see if he sent someone over and they said that they could help. Because sometimes God sends us help and we don't accept the help.
Yeah.
We don't receive the help. So I believe it was just a way to see, are you all going to accept my help? Or are you going to say no and go about your day doing what you want to do, making your own plans? I believe we stayed on course yesterday.
Same.
By accepting our neighbor's help, allowing him to secure our greenhouse, and trusting God. Y'all, God is always faithful. Our greenhouse is still standing tall. Honey, y'all can just give God a shout right now for that, because he's so good. He's so amazing. He's so awesome. He showed his faithfulness once again to us.
Yes, good family. And not only do I also agree that I believe we passed this test, but this story has a wonderful, amazing, happy ending, because not only, as Goodmommy said, is our greenhouse standing tall, but earlier today when we were taking Victory out on a walk, we saw that Our shed actually has like a little window in it, and we were able to see the sun streaming through the window right onto our plants. And so that was just a really sweet way that I believe God was reassuring us. Not only did our plants have a warm shelter throughout the night, but they also were able to get some well needed sunlight today. And so that was a really great confirmation that we did the right thing by accepting our neighbor's help.
Yes, that was definitely confirmation, y'all. And we're so grateful.
Yes.
That brings us to the end of this video. And the word of the day is sun. Because, y'all, God's sun shines through any situation or circumstance that we may be going through. So if you're going through something right now, trust God that his sun will shine through for you just like it did for Goodbaby and I. So y'all be sure to comment the word of the day so that Goodbaby and I will know that you stay until the very end.
And as always, if you haven't already, please be sure to give today's video a humongous thumbs up and subscribe to our channel down below. Also, please hit that notification bell so you'll never miss any of our future videos. Click the link in our description box, become a channel member today. Share our channel with your family and friends so our family can continue to grow. And press the hype button besides the comments underneath this video so you can let the YouTube algorithm know that you're enjoying our content and other people will as well.
And don't forget, be good to yourself and be good to others. Love you all. Bye.
In a tiny home, we're on the open road. Memories we make in every stop we grow. Good mommy and good baby side by side. Living life to the fullest with love as our guide. Through laughter and joy, we embrace the